Hello and welcome to our coverage of the 43rd HSBC Cathay Pacific Hong Kong Sevens, the biggest Sevens event on the planet. The world-famous South Stand is already full at Hong Kong Stadium and the clock still hasn't hit 9 AM local time. Remarkable. This is stop 7 on the 10-leg series with a race for the top, the most open it's been in recent memory.
Kicked off in Dubai in December, where New Zealand beat the USA in a desert classic.
Show is over. First try of the final to New Zealand. Collier wins the race. He caught them napping. McGarvey black, and he is going to clinch the silverware. Our champions in Dubai, New Zealand.
To Cape Town for round 2, and Fiji knocks out the hosts before again ending USA's gold medal dream.
Kalioni Nosoko opens the scoring in this Cape Town final for Fiji. Potitu is the man who made the interception. It's a gift of a try. Motena Fangi goes in for Fiji's third. The HSBC Cape Town Sevens. Your champions, Fiji.
Into 2019 and to Hamilton, where it was like a home event for Fiji. Huge support as they won their second title of the series.
Darren Alangi close to the touchline. Oh, the support play is brilliant. Nasoko still with it. Nathungu in for the second. And off goes Jerry Tuwai. He's a champion. Back to back for Fiji in New Zealand.
Sydney for round 4, the USA again in the final, where they would again be bridesmaids as New Zealand won gold.
Pretty good wear. Cutting back on the inside. New Zealand strike first. Sam Dixon will put it down between the sticks. Ingshu throws the dummy and they fell for it. Ingshu puts the boot into the USA. Congratulations, New Zealand.
But the Eagles would reach a 5th straight final and finally go all the way for back-to-back titles in Vegas.
Big Ben goes through. Try USA. Pops beautifully for little Matty Hughes. Magic Man Matty. Crank the audio and listen to the fans here in the US. 2 times in a row at home.
Vancouver for round 6, and South Africa with a crucial win to keep their top 4 hopes alive.
They go through the middle and they're in. It's Impi Fissa. Selvin Davids. He's got wings on his feet. Werner Koch wins the race for the prize. The Blitz box. 3rd time lucky in Canada.
Here in Hong Kong this weekend, Fiji will go for a record 5 straight Hong Kong Sevens titles. Singapore for round 8, expect an upset in the heat and humidity at the National Stadium. Then to Europe for the final 2 rounds. The London Sevens, the penultimate event at Rugby HQ Twickenham Stadium before the series champion. And those 4 Olympic qualifiers will be confirmed at the 10th and final event in Paris.
So all that means we have a series table that looks like this. For the moment, it's the USA clear of New Zealand and Fiji, who are chasing a 5th straight title here in Hong Kong. That all-important battle for automatic Olympic qualification heating up between South Africa and England. And there's another 22 points on the table on offer for the winner here in Hong Kong. Davids is brilliant. Now Sila, he can scoot in total cruise control. Now Sila. Billy! Jerry Tuwai! Fiji, 4 years running, Kings of Hong Kong. So we got moving yesterday here at the Hong Kong Stadium. Here is a look at how our pools shape up after one game apiece. South Africa and Samoa too good for Scotland and Japan respectively. That's Pool A. Pool B, it was France and Argentina. France have definitely turned the corner on the circuit. Finalists in Vancouver just last month. Pool C, one of the toughest pools we've seen in quite some time. New Zealand and Fiji putting away Kenya and Australia yesterday. Fiji dazzling their fans here late last night. And Pool D saw the USA and England both walk away as winners as well. And those who got about in style yesterday, a look now at our DHL Impact player running from day one, and it is Owen Jenkins of Wales narrowly ahead of Maurice Longbottom and Dylan Peach. So they are the core teams on the series who are doing their thing on day one, and we've also got the qualifying tournament running alongside it here in Hong Kong. Tonga, Hong Kong, Zimbabwe and the Philippines in Pool E, and Tonga looking particularly good yesterday. Russia and Ireland. Ireland with a stunning draw in the end against Uruguay yesterday. Third and final pool as each of these sides chase qualification for next season as Chile and Germany 1-2 for the moment. Okay, it is time to get down to business here in Hong Kong. We welcome in our first run of commentators. It is a very good morning to Carl Tanana and Rupert Cox.
Thank you, Shawnee. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the SOCOM Post Stadium in Hong Kong. It's Saturday morning, just on 9 a.m, and the South Stand is nearing capacity. We're in Pool G here between Uganda and the Cook Islands. Both these teams looking for their first win in the qualifying event. Remember, it's a 12-team event. 8 teams go through to the quarterfinals. So a win here for either of these sides, and they may well just sneak in as a bottom seed. For the Cook Islands, just 2 tries on day one to Karate and to Willis, the captain. For Uganda, they had 3 tries. Kisaga picks up a couple, and Okarach as well. Both struggled to score points. And there is the South Stand. They have been queuing up since about 6:30 this morning to get in there. So much colour, all sorts of outfits, every fancy dress item of any description. And Carl Tanana alongside me. You're going to have a little wander over there later on?
I think I'll stay right where I am. Rupert is an outstanding part of Hong Kong. The South Stand always has been. It's great because these are what these teams run out to. And Saturday is definitely one of the biggest days here. And a great opportunity, for, as you said, Rupert, for one of these teams to finally get a win. Maybe cause an upset. Or...
So 2 losses for Uganda and also for the Cooks as well. As you say, pick up a win here. They could sneak through. 31-5 against Chile, 10-7 against Germany. That was tight. They ran the Germans very close, but Chile and Germany, who play next, are the 2 top teams in this pool, Pool G. Francisco Gonzalez from Uruguay is your referee for this one. This is the opening match on day 2 here at the Hong Kong Sevens. Yesterday we saw the Brazilian women win promotion as a core nation onto the Women's World Series for next season. This is the final round of the men's qualifying event. It's the race for the golden ticket. Win this event, you win promotion into the big show. Uganda get us underway. They're running right to left in their black and fluoro yellow outfits, and the Cooks have gone in for the choke tackle early, and they've ripped it away clear. That's a good start from Tua Ravula, and they have possession. Here come the Cook Islands, and they break away early. And they're going to have an opening try here. That's an excellent runaway from Tua Ravula. He was involved in the choke tackle to win possession, and he has run away for his first try of the weekend.
Well, the perfect start, 40 seconds to get their first try there. They have to take it to deck. He's at the boot. The Ugandans pretty lazy in the defensive work, spread it out. Left a big hole for this guy to go through untouched. Tua Ravula. Well done, the Cooks.
That's a proud moment for him. We get green lights on the goalpost. Add the extra two. Ravula, he's on his debut here in Hong Kong out of the Tupapa Mareranga Rugby Club. So the Cooks with the opening points here. Remember, they're a South Pacific nation of under 20,000 people. They're up against Uganda, an East African nation of 44 million. Penalty, Cook Islands. So all the decisions going their way in the opening couple of minutes of this match so far. That's a nice line as well. And back. Joshua Koroitekana. But has he got that down? Yeah, try awarded.
A great interplay there from that passing between the teams, and a lot of times too, Rupert, with these qualifying teams, the more games they play, the better they look. You see 2 games under the belt for these sides. The Cook Islands go to the middle and then bounce back the blind. Little loop around, good pass. But look at this interplay here. The late switch, the in and away, and then he backs up as well. Joshua Koroitekana. Brilliant work.
That conversion slides by, so remains at 12 points to 0. So another debutant, Joshua Koroitekana, picks up a try. There's 3 debutants playing their first tournament for the Cooks here this weekend. Vahefuleki, the other one. We saw Ravula score a little earlier. And here's Uganda. Can they get something going here? Yes, they can. They will score. Philip Wakarach. He's one of the danger men. And he showed a fast turn of pace there to Wakarach, his first try.
I like this bloke because he's got a bit of something about him. Wakarach. He's got some skill, but look at him here. He's got a bit of flair. Just a little bit of a step. Makes it look so easy. If you have some players around him, this Ugandan team could have been a lot more dangerous.
Wakarach out of the Heathens Club in Kampala, the capital of Uganda. There's about 4 clubs in Kampala. The Rhinos, the Buffaloes, Cobs and Heathens, the Pirates as well. And all these players are from one of those 5 clubs.
There's some cool names there, the clubs. I love them.
Back underway. Uganda back in it. Conversion unsuccessful, so remains 12 points to 5. Must win for both teams, trying to give themselves a chance to stay in this qualifier competition. Trying to make that top 8, those quarterfinals later today. Well chopped down there was Rob Heather. That scrum half, Stephen Willis, the captain. That's flung through the hands of Walter Korteka. And that's a good line again. And when they get the ball in space, they do look dangerous, the Cook Islands. Nice show and go and held up here for Tokero Raru. He shows some physical prowess early on here on Saturday morning. He's lost a boot, but he's still going, is Raru. All 6'6" of him. Pass just scragged there by the Ugandan player, Joseph Jadwong. And now what can the Ugandans do in transition? There's Wakarach, the try scorer. Finds the offload. There are some big spaces out there on the Sokompo. Show some composure here. They could be in business again, Uganda. And they've got the penalty.
Well, they go quick. There's 3 Cook Island players on the ground. They've got numbers left. Here they go.
They look tired, the Cook Islands. Remember, 2 exhausting games yesterday. And these 2 teams first up here today, this morning. Not much rest for either team. It's on the near side. It's Byron Oketayot out of the Rhinos club, who will score. And the conversion will tie this one up.
Well, Aaron Ofoyaworth was the guy who gave him that last pass. He should have given it early. Instead, he decides to go infield. But look at the tired tackles from the Cook Islanders. Finally comes to the sweeper. Affects the skill beautifully. The Ugandans there with the Superman finish.
Yeah, they've responded well, the East Africans. And here's Wakarach with the conversion. Green lights for Wakarach. So 12 apiece. 30 seconds to go in this first half. Uganda played in their 4th Commonwealth Games at the Gold Coast last year. They had 1 win at that tournament against Sri Lanka. They've won the last 2 Rugby Africa 7s, so they do know how to pick up some silverware this side. Here's Wakarach again. Ball inside. Nice offload, almost there. Michael Okarach, the captain. Wakarach at scrum half. Here's Munyani. Munyani flings it over the top in the direction of Pius Ojena. And that's a good spot tackle, but it's still on for Uganda. It's Joseph Jadwong who scoots around for their 3rd try. And that puts the Ugandans in front.
I'll tell you what, but it's the pass from Ojena, I think it was. He knew he was going to get smoked. This is the initial build-up on the other side of the field. The nice offload. So there's 4 defenders taken out by 2 attacking players, which created the overlap. But watch this pass. It's a nice long one, but he knows he's going to take a hit here. Ojena, he absorbs it, gets back up, keeps away, and good looping around from Jadwong. Fins her up.
Wakarach from wider out, can't have the extra 2, but Uganda have found a way to get in front at half-time here. They lead the Cook Islands in Pool G by 17 points to 12.
Got it in the middle, man. We're having a go, but we still support. We're all watching. What's our position? We're coming here and there. Hey, what are you talking about? Let them get the ruck and sit and fan out. We're too crowded. We've got 4 or 5 of these in 1 ruck. Let them have the ball when they get tackled. You fan out. You're too crowded. Get that ball away. Don't work by yourself. If you know there's too many defenders, pull back. Send it. Because we go by ourselves and we lose the ball, we don't have the numbers. Come on. Who's kick off? Who's kick off? Us. Get down here. High ball. Get that kick off. Come on.
Vase Samonia, full of emotion on the sideline, willing this Cook Islands team to find something in this game. They had a great start, Carl, didn't they? Couple of tries, but Uganda have come storming back and perhaps look a little better conditioned to Ugandans.
Well, the thing was the Cook Islands, they started well because they're using their physicality. They were keeping spread and everyone was in the right position. Now, when they started to get a little bit tired, they were committing too many men to the ruck, and that's what he spoke about. Sometimes just leave that ruck alone, get set in your defence and try and get the nail the next one. I think guys just been a little bit too lazy, trying to have a rest there. You can't afford that in this type of setting and game where the Ugandans will thrive on that because they can offload the ball.
Ready?
Chile and Germany coming up next in Pool G. But a win here for Uganda or the Cooks, and they put themselves right back in the quarterfinal reckoning. Just 3 pools, remember. 12 teams in this competition, so we will get a couple of best third place finishes in there as well. Uganda. That's a good tackle over on the far side. It was that man, Radu again. He's put himself about already in this game. Wakarach, he was crucial to their comeback in that first half. Flings it inside expertly to Michael Okarach. Those two in tandem really do get this Ugandan seven-side cooking. Opportunity on the far side. Good step inside. And that sits up, but he can't quite hold on to it. It almost looked like it bounced off his chest there.
Well, I think he was thinking about his dive before securing the ball. It was a beautiful option.
Okay, come off.
Absolutely brilliant. This is Ojena, puts it on the toe, pops up nicely right there. Good bit of defence, you'd have to say too, Rupert, I think. Just knocked the ball away. Good rugby sevens build-up, though, from the Ugandans.
Yeah, Tua Ravula and Tokarau Radu have really put in a big defensive shift here for the Cook Islands. They're hanging on. 5 points the difference. 6 minutes to go. That's a heck of a long time in a game of rugby sevens, especially when you have to get the early bus from the team hotel in the morning. Get limbered up. Cooks run it out from their own dead ball area. That was an important carry from Rob Heather, but there's the penalty for Uganda. Can they go quickly here? Or Feuerwerth sees the space outside. Okarach steps inside. Okarach! Has he got that down cleanly, the captain?
Good grounding. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Try awarded.
Well, he's lucky he did score that, Rupert, because he had Philip Wakarach unmarked outside him.
Over here, sir.
Michael decides to go himself. This be a nice shot of it. There's the dummy. Ball in two hands. Geez, I'm not convinced. The in-goal touchy was very positive in the way he got it down. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got it down cleanly, didn't he? And there's the successful conversion from Philip Wakarach. So 24-12 now, Uganda scoring on either side of half-time, and that's crucial. And the Cooks, what have they got left? Perfect restart from Uganda. Crucial part of the game of sevens, of course, is running around the sideline. Okarach again, causing them so many problems. Michael Okarach, the captain. Penalty, here's Wakarach. Little in and away, that's been knocked out of his hands. And the Cooks come away with it. Just got himself in touch there, but a little casual, wasn't it, from Philip Wakarach?
Well, this is what he brings, though. Outstanding footwork. He absolutely bamboozled the defence. Who was that? Oh, poor old Ravula.
Tua Ravula picked up a try in the first half. He was slightly bemused by the fact that Wakarach didn't end up getting round him, I think.
Scrum a line out. Scrum.
The scrum a line out they can have. He's going to call the scrum, I think, is he?
Scrum.
Yeah.
Scrum. Knock on first.
There's a knock on first, so he can have the choice. Now, they used the hit up last time to the Cook Islands. It was a good run, but they turned the ball over, so have to be careful in the zone. Don't be scared to use the kick either.
Set.
Again, they have to run it out from their ball area. Owen Karate out there in the 12 shirt, and there's Mata Pakia as well, wearing number 1. Ravula. Rob Heather.
No.
Nice flick out the back. This is better from the Cook Islands. 2 minutes 46 to go. Score here, and they're right back in it. They got options left and right. They're just buying a little time, but that gives the Ugandans time to reset their defense. But this is an important run, and there's the offload. Can they get one over the back? Still on for the Cook Islands here. Going in for the turnover. Here's Jad Wong. And they've got the penalty, the Cook Islands. Still more than enough time in this game. Cook Islands are in. It's Tua Ravula again. How important has he been?
Well, he scored 2 tries. He's probably saved a couple. He's going to sub himself off for the last couple of minutes. But he's worked overtime for his country to give him a shot anyway. Again, straight up the middle of the park. Good run. I think there was Matapakia hit down, which was probably a case for having a penalty there anyway. The determined run, and then at the end, well, never going to be denied. Too big.
Yeah, get me off, coach. I'm done. Conversion successful. So 24-19, 5 points the difference. Just under 90 seconds to go. Restart so crucial right here.
It's very good to these restarts. I think time well, we're looking for a sub, are we?
So they've snacked the near side here, the Cook Islands.
I think we are okay.
4 players on this side of the ball. They bang it right down towards Byron Oketayot, and that's been well taken there by the Cooks. It's Matakapia, and he's over. Well, we talk about restarts and how important they are. That was perfection from the Cook Islands. It's 24 all, a minute to go. Conversion is the go-ahead score.
Well, they put the jumper up, did Uganda, but they put it in the wrong space, the pod. The big man gets through, and now we've got a conversion for the lead. Under a minute to go, Roops.
Clock counting down inside the final minute. Conversion will put them in front. It just falls short. 24 each. I'm not sure a draw will be good for either side in terms of the final wash-up.
Look at that nice angle run. He started on the touchline. He came in on the angle, picked the trajectory brilliantly. He goes the distance.
They come the same direction again. Does this pod work better for Uganda? Yes, it does. So they've got a chance now with possession. 20 seconds to go. Penalty as well. What's the play here, KT?
Well, the Ugandans have... Well, they're going to go sideline. I thought they'll keep it in hand here. He's made the touch yet. Well, I think you've got to get to Wakarach. He's the one for me in jersey number 5. Time is up. Here we go.
One last chance for Uganda. We're in the red. It'll be fed by Adrian Casito. And they win it cleanly. Casito on the wrap. Long pass into midfield to Jadwong. Here's Wakarach. Wakarach skips through. Wakarach, he's the star of the team. And he gets it done for Uganda. They will get the win. Philip Wakarach wins it.
You could tell as soon as he kicked that ball out, he spoke to his mates. So you get in the first 5 and just give me a quick early ball, one-on-one. Waxes the first defender, brushes off the second, and then he fancy finishes this. Beautiful to watch in motion. Philip Wakarach wins it.
The Cooks started well, but Uganda just had too much in the end. And they've given themselves a chance of playing knockout rugby sevens here in the qualifier in Hong Kong. They've beaten the Cooks, Uganda, by 29 points to 24.
Well, a dramatic finish to that clash, and this is the final game in Pool G between much fancied Chile and Germany, who've met on previous occasions here in Hong Kong. Chile scored over 30 points in both their matches. Germany had to work hard for their wins, secured by just the one score in both games. Philippe Brangier is the captain of Chile. He's got the Metoise brothers in the ranks in Germany. Well, it's Sam Ranger leading the Wolfpack of Germany, coached by former South African great Vuyo Zangwa. Alongside me is former French representative Jean-Baptiste Gobelet. Jean-Baptiste, how do you see this one going?
Yeah, it's quite difficult because day one, we don't win on day one the tournament of Hong Kong, so we need to build up your tournament. So Chile impressed on day one. They have a well-organized defense, good connection between the players, and Germany look to be struggling with the 2 short victories. But like we said before, I think they have experience, they want to build the tournament, and we will try to see what's going on this game.
Well, could it be third time lucky for Germany? I wonder. We're looking here at the South America 7 Series champions Chile, and they won through to Vancouver and to Las Vegas as a consequence, and here again in Hong Kong, and they look well prepared. Jeremy Rosier from France is our referee, and have to be very careful with my French pronunciations, with Jean-Baptiste Gobelet alongside me.
I will care, don't worry.
But both these teams, they've won their opening rounds, so they will progress probably to the quarter-final. So it's a case of seeding for Chile and Germany, and they look to end their pool matches on a high note. It's Germany in the white strip, kicking off from right to left, kicking long into the hands of Francisco Metoise. His brother Pablo is also in the squad. 2 sets of brothers in the Chilean squad. Good understanding between them that Germany have the first chance of a score. Pressing on the Chilean try line, that's Buckman. Losing possession. Ball knocked on deliberately. Well, that's a bit harsh, Jean-Baptiste.
He knocks the ball, so it is a yellow card. It's normal, no?
So a chance then for Germany to capitalise. 2 minutes in the bin. It's on the ball, it's John Daw. Scored a couple of nice tries yesterday in the opening rounds, did John Daw. Wide it goes to Buckman. Thought he'd spotted a gap. Oh, lovely footwork here from Claude Brechenmacher. Round the corner it goes, and the final pass didn't have to go to Buckman. And the opening score goes Germany's way. Claimed by Bastian Himmer.
Yeah, wonderful trap from Himmer Rukatsi. He changes the side of the attack and takes the gap. Very smart. We see all the experience of the Germany team on this beginning of the game, you know. Patient and well organized.
Chile went down at the semi-final stage to Germany in 2017, 12 months ago. Well, Germany, they stole a march on the South Americans by 19-12 in the qualifier semi-final. But it took a last gasp try from Vuyo Zangwa's men. It went right down to the final whistle. Germany strike first. They lead by 5-0. So the restart well taken by the captain, Philippe Brangier. Missed out on the Vancouver tournament last month.
Yeah, big pressure on defense.
Loose ball snapped up by Ignacio Silva. Chile still inside their own 22, looking for the breakout. Fernandez spinning out to the tackle. That's Pedro Vershai.
You have to move to leave the zone.
Germany not rolling away, and Chile back to a full complement of 7 as Francisco Metoise comes back on.
interesting about the defense in Germany. We can see they don't go to the contest zone, they just positioning, reset, and they rush very hard on the defense. So they want to put a lot of pressure on the ball carrier.
Yeah, Germany had to battle hard against Uganda. First time out yesterday, the game they won by 19-12, and then the Cook Islands ran them even closer, 3 points, 10-7 the final score. Chile spreading the ball into midfield. That's Rodrigo Fernandez, a good run from the Chilean number 5. Rangier looks for support and gets it. Out wide, it's Silva, well tackled by Anja Buchmann, one of the veterans of this German Wolfpack squad. But penalised again. Brangier with the initial thrust. Quick recycling, that's what Germany are looking for here. The pass, the long pass this time now, then has it created space out wide? May well have done for Julio Blanc. But again, great defensive work from Germany.
Yeah, good defense. They are in the line. They press pretty good. We can see there is no gap. 2 against one attackant. Well done, Germany, on this defense.
Well coached by Vuyo Zangwa. That's a good take at the line-out by Anja Buchmann. We've seen it go wrong for many a team in that situation, under pressure. Referee Rosier points to the mark where this scrum will be taken, 5 meters out.
Tough one. It's very hard to defend on scrum, no? You have the 3 players who are connected in the scrum, and there is a gap between the forward and the back, so it is one set piece which is particularly difficult to defend.
Let's see how Chile exploit the situation from the scrum. Brangier in the reach for that one. Round the corner he goes. And Chile have a man spare. Yeah, they will have the penalty also. Taken quickly. Was that the right idea? Yes, it was.
He should score the try because there is a 2 attackant on his right, and there is a easy try. But he takes the risk, and there is a try.
Yeah, he paid off that time.
Look at this, quick tap. Yeah, he already...
Yeah, Francisco Medwaze would not have been popular if he not got to the try line.
What is the rules? You can score the try just at the base of the post. It is a try.
Yeah, where the post makes contact with the turf. That'll be good enough. And Chile have the conversion and lead Germany by 7-5 as the clock runs down to 0 at the end of the first half. Coming up to 9:30 in the morning here at the Hong Kong Stadium. A great crowd, and the sun climbing high into the sky, and climbing high for that one. With the sun on his back is Sebastian Fromm, strongman in this German squad. Germany want to start all over again. Looking to make space for himself is Fromm once more. This is Brechenmacher to Lichtenberg. Last chance, and in this opening 7 minutes for Germany to redress the balance, so to speak. No way through at the moment. Chile pressed into defence. 3 Chilean players there, so there must be a gap somewhere. Penalty quickly taken. And Germany have men on the near side. That's Fromm striding away, and over he goes. And Germany restore the lead. But at what cost? Sebastian Fromm going over unopposed.
Yeah, but brilliant action from Germany. They are very passionate, during the 2 phases, 3 phases. They keep the ball, they control the ball during all this phase, and on this penalty, quick cap, going on the side, and beautiful try from Doe and from.
That's an excellent conversion from the near touchline, and I'm reminded, Jean-Baptiste, I'm looking down there at Sebastian From, as we look again at the try. He dislocated his shoulder here 12 months ago, and lost the greater part of the season as a consequence, and it doesn't look good for the Germany number 5.
They will need all the force, all the strength to go to reach the final and to win the qualifier, so it will be bad for Germany.
Yeah, the good news for Germany is that they lead by 12 points to 7. But the bad news is that Sebastian From is still down, receiving attention.
Control, good control. We need to start shooting smarter now. There's too many penalties here first down. So we need to be more disciplined, okay? Go for it. If you feel like you're tugging too much, let go of the ball, okay? Perhaps you on, okay? Throw the hook to win, chilling in the center. Guys, you are in control of this game. The next thing that's going to happen now, when they kick... Mucho más control en las dos. Hasta 10 veces. Ahora el chabachito por pepa. Ahora podemos buscar...
Está tagueando súper bien, así que tenemos que estar más rápido en el segundo de dale. Está muy encima del campo. Nosotros tenemos que trabajar en el juego. Número 1, y mucho más viviente. Mucho más viviente, ¿ok? Vamos, hay que sacar un día. Auf geht's, Männer. Erste Minute, auf geht's.
So coming up then will be a men's Pool F match between Uruguay and Jamaica, and the clash possibly of the round here will be between Ireland and Russia. Ireland much fancied, of course, and Russia want to get back to the top table of World Sevens, and Zimbabwe against the Philippines in Pool E, and there'll be huge support for Hong Kong against a very impressive Tongan outfit. So here we go then with the second half. Germany leading by 12 points to 7.
Germany impressed. They are very calm since the beginning of the game. All the experience of this team. You know.
Empel looking for a gap, setting it up inside the Chilean half. Out it goes. Sebastian Himme. Oh, that's a lovely overhead pass, finding Anjo Buchmann. No quarter given from the Chilean defense. This could be a tighter match than we had anticipated, Jean-Baptiste. Looking back at the scores of yesterday, you'd have fancied Chile, but as you say, Germany have probably kept their powder dry, so to speak, and building up through the competition. Brangier sucking in German defenders before offloading to Julio Blanc on the near touchline. Tackling solid once again, and now a chance to counter.
They need to come back.
A little indecision perhaps, but retaining possession, that's what Sevens is all about, and then finding a gap. Germany penalised for holding on to the ball on the ground. John Doerr protesting the innocence with the referee's assistant.
Number 7.
Chile will make a substitution here.
Number 8. Number 8.
You can see on this.
Number 1 white.
He's looking not truly penalty.
Yeah, the supporting players are slow to arrive, and the Chilean Jackal did very well to stay on his feet in the tackle area. Chile where they want to be now, down deep into the Germany 22.
Yes, a good line out for Lynch. An attack for Chile.
Francisco Uroz is the man with the red headgear, just come onto the field. Branche, everything revolves around Felipe Branche. And Chile looking to use all the experience garnered in the Las Vegas and Vancouver tournaments to good effect here. It's a well-delivered pass out on the right. Benjamin De Witt, he scored 6 tries in 5 games here 12 months ago. The direct route taken by Julia Blanc. Another phase of play. Another effort from Blanc. Takes the ball a little closer to the German try line. And Chile will get the advantage here. The referee's arm is out. The kick through. So they will come back for that penalty.
Off feet, not maintaining body weight.
Well defended by Germany. A lot of pressure on the rug and a lot of pressure on the line also.
Maintaining body weight.
You can probably hear on the referee's microphone the German player not supporting his body weight. So he went off his feet. Betoise stepping back inside. Good angle. Loose ball. And Chile just about managed to retain possession. And again, this time, Uroz penalised for going off his feet. And it's Germany clinging on to that 5-point advantage they have, 12-7.
Number 9 put the pressure on the rug, and after he was isolated, so there is a good counter ruck and a good game ball from Germany. It's very interesting about the defense of Germany. They put a lot of pressure. It looked like the defense of South Africa. Probably the coach of Germany gives the same recipe for that.
Yeah, Vuyo Zangwa has been coach of the German side for some 3 seasons. And doing sterling work.
Red, number 1 red. 1 red. Sub.
Still waiting for substitutions to be completed. And on for Chile come Santiago Videla, wearing number 3, and number 6, Pablo Betoise. So Germany in no desperate hurry to get this one away. Safely into touch, and that will run down a few more seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they need to exit the red zone. They need to take more space to develop their attack system.
Himmer gathers and circles around. That's great play by Germany here. They're looking to bring the fleet of foot winger into play. Oh, it's a great hit, great tackle. But Germany have done well to retain possession here, and here they come. Looking for another score which could clinch it as we approach the 2-minute mark. And they're over in the corner, extending their lead. A well-taken try from the set piece, from the line-out. Prominent was Bastian Himmer, Lichtenberg with a score.
Yeah, brilliant try. We can see with Saul, who go in the traffic, deliver a good pass, and after step inside, good offload, and go in the try zone. Beautiful set piece from Germany. You can see he's gone from start from the line out with a great combo at the beginning.
Vuyo Zangwa will be very pleased with that score and give support for all the nations competing here at Hong Kong this weekend. And Germany, incidentally, they were an invitational side at the South America Rugby Sevens tournament back in January. And in Viña del Mar. Germany lost to Chile by 17 points to 7, but they look to be avenging that score here at the Hong Kong Stadium. They lead with just over a minute remaining by 19 to 7. And Chile
good pressure.
Need to score twice, but they will progress to the qualifier quarter-final. You'll be losing 4 teams at the end of the pool matches, but Germany, along with Chile, look to be safe into the quarter-final. It's a matter of seeding, and Germany, a slow start yesterday perhaps, but they've come out with all guns blazing on the second day as Chile look to close the gap in the final seconds.
Yeah, Germany, they built their game now. We know the experienced team from Germany. They're used to for the final 2 times with the qualifier in Hong Kong, and they want to do crescendo their performance. So yeah, I think they get enough experience now.
Yeah, at times yesterday they looked a little pedestrian, but you know, it's a long weekend, and as you say, Jean-Baptiste, building through the tournament, you know that the tournament is not won on the first day, as you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. We need to build up. We need to grow the game, to grow the system, and to keep energy, because 3 days is very tough for the body. And if you have some injury in your team, and if you see the team of Germany, it will be tough until the day 3. So we need to keep a lot of energy and to win the game with a great performance.
The statistics you see in the bottom corner there, everything seems to be even between the 2 teams, but the one statistic that counts, of course, is the one in the top left-hand corner, which shows Germany leading by 19 to 7. An injury to a Chilean player on the far side, and the South Americans then down to 6 men, but Philippe Brangier comes back on. I'm just watching the injured Chilean player walk away, holding his arm with medical assistance.
Okay, on the sideline or not? Or he will call time off?
So hooter sounds in the background. Last chance for Chile to close the gap, and you never know, it might affect the seeding in the final washout after pool play.
Just to get some confidence before the big quarter-final. So you just need to take the ball, get a lot of possession.
Starts at the line-out. A little shaky perhaps, but Chile have it. Secured again by Urost, taps it back. Having a quick look there was Palmatuaze. This is Francisco Uroz. Lovely step from Felipe Neira. But Germany, efficient as ever in defense, and they'll get the penalty, and they'll kick this one out, I should think.
Probably it will finish like this.
It's been a hard-fought contest, hasn't it? We've seen a few injuries.
It's tough opposition, and Germany play well this game.
2 very physical sides, but it's a job well done. 3 out of 3 then for Germany against much fancied Chile coming into this tournament. Germany have the win that they were seeking, and it's finished. Chile 7, Germany 19.
Uruguay and Jamaica will square up next, and you see the Echeverri brothers in 5 and 7 for Uruguay alongside Castro and their captain Ardale. Alongside me, former England Sevens captain Rob Vickery. Rob, beautiful day, great occasion.
Wonderful. Well, he can't wait for this one. This is on the bucket list for many people around this ground, and on this pitch you run out first thing on the second day and you just feel this real sense of energy heading toward that famed South Stand. These players will want to represent their country and each other with a huge amount of respect and pride, this Jamaican team. Pretty exciting how they played yesterday. Not the most consistent in how they play together. They've got a lot of English-based players, but they certainly are going to entertain this crowd.
Very warm conditions here. Early morning on Saturday, around 10:15 local time, and welcome in wherever you're watching. Beautiful conditions for Sevens rugby.
Half the pitch is, the rest of it's absolutely baking. It's about 25 degrees down there. These players will be exhausted within minutes.
And so Jamaica in the dark strip, and it's Uruguay with first possession right from the kickoff. It's Thomas Echeverri to the corner. Too good. 10 seconds and Uruguay on the board.
Well, straight off the restart, I've seen this man play a number of times over the years, Echeverri. With some real pace, lovely lofted kick, but just take a look at the claim, backs himself, anticipates. And Jamaicans not even to track them down in the backfield. Not a bad way to start your day.
Incredible family. All three brothers were playing for Uruguay at one stage, but now the older brother, Geronimo, has retired. I'm sure he'll be watching wherever he is in the world. And so Thomas, the older of the two there, the 28-year-old, gets them on the board. Conversion unsuccessful, and once again proving how important the kickoff is.
And it wasn't a lifted pod, he just exactly timed it to perfection, anticipate where the ball is going, and now it's Jamaica's time to defend this line-up with their pod system looking to lift their players on the left.
There it is. Possession again for Uruguay, possibly. It bounces up and taken nicely by Alonso. Some pressure there from Jamaica, and they've yet to touch the ball. As Uruguay just look to work their systems, get ball in hand, and then take it from one edge to the other. Quickly, it's recycled. Nice pass from Felipe Echeverri, the 22-year-old. Again, good width shown here by the team that made their debut here in Hong Kong in 1999. Into the contact goes the captain, Diego Ardao. The pick and go to the corner, and as easy as you like, Alonso scores their second.
But he managed to do that whilst limping. That's not a celebration for everyone watching. The last 30 or 40 seconds of play, he's not been able to keep up with it. But that adrenaline that gets in when you're on this famed pitch, it can do wonders. He's in the backfield shot here, as you see Ardao just go through. Lovely footwork, bouncing left and right, getting further into the downfield, and then the pickup from the base, and suddenly his limp's gone. Amazing that.
They lost to Russia by 26 points to 0, and then in a classic Sevens game yesterday, I think it was one of the best that we saw. The comeback against Ireland to square it all up, 26-all, something remarkable.
Oh, incredible. All the Irish boys speaking to them this morning could not believe they missed the kick. 5 metres left of the post, 10 metres out. It was a Ray Finkel, Willie, claiming laces were out. But it was a big moment, meant the match was drawn, and Irish hope stay alive.
They'll try and repeat the same dose here of putting it high and getting the chasers to get up and tap it back, and exactly like the first time, Uruguay, like a well-oiled machine here on day 2 of the Hong Kong Sevens at the Hong Kong Stadium, and they get a little wider again. Good tackle coming in on Echeverri, the first try scorer for them. You heard the explanation there from the referee, and they'll just slow things down here. No need to panic, is there?
Not at all, no. 10-0 up, and Jamaica have not yet touched the ball. It's just staggering how impressive this Uruguayan team have been, and really good for it this tournament.
They quickly get to the breakdown, and Echeverri throws the ball to his younger brother Felipe, and he loses it. Now finally Jamaica gets some possession. Well, Jamaica lost to Ireland 26-0, and then to Russia 26-10. They've had their moments here in Hong Kong.
They have had moments, and this is a chance now for Jamaica to show what they're about. Fortunately, this type of heat, having just defended for 4 minutes, your heart rate's soaring, your legs are burning. Hope that that one player can make an impact, and certainly have got a man with pace out wide. Mason Canton-Brown, if he goes, is rapid.
Let's see if they can get him the ball and some space. Job achieved to get it on the outside, and Canton-Brown, good copybook tackle right around the bootlaces, and then The pass and the offload gets through, taking to ground. And look at the defense coming in from the Uruguay players. It's been solid. Back to where it started with the forwards into the midfield. Looks laboured.
There's that exhaustion really showing.
Finally, they get into the enemy half, and now Canton Brown, he's got a player on the outside, gives the pass, but the nice tackle coming in from Echeverri. Attempts to try and steal the ball, but he can't. They've got numbers here now, Jamaica, if they can get it wide up. Someone needs to just straighten it up a little bit. Fessel does just exactly that, and then they loop around. Nice overlap, ball on the outside. Dixon's in. His cousin is Asafa Powell. And finally, Jamaica register their first try in day 2.
Lomar Dixon gets one down. It's a lovely finish, and was mentioned how tiring it can be to get these passes in the middle, shift to the space. That's the little holding ball. The big man in the middle for Sale, carrying 110 kilograms around with him. You've got to stop for him, and that created the space. And Dixon gets the dive over.
Well, they needed to score next to stay competitive in this game, and show, once again showing the quality of players that they have got on their side. Good score for the 28-year-old. He's been here on a number of occasions in the qualifiers in 2017 and 18. A number of his teammates. Fessel looked like he could have been in front of the line, but now they retreat and keep their defensive line here. Pasadore can't get through.
Off your feet.
And that fatigue can really show. And these indecisions at the breakdown, you've got to be so switched on. If you're in a dark place, as Vassell often gets in the middle of the pitch, so big, just close your eyes and dream about being on a beach in Bali and realise you have your chance to rest, but this is time to really put it in.
More like Barbados than Bali, right?
It's true, good call. Either or. And then you realise you can barely breathe. It's so hot down on the pitch.
Points say everything. And pool play in the round robin to ensure that you can try and qualify to get into that top 8, the quarterfinals for those later on this evening. Our time, and now the breakthrough from Alonso. And he's got plenty of pace to get through and finish it.
Alonso's really impressed in this game. I know he's got 2 tries to his name, but it's the subtle little touches that he's doing. It's a real nice line, just hits an outside angle. And with those 2 or 3 strides, gets round the outside, and that makes it very difficult to defend. You see it a lot in 15s, the centres hit these lines. It's exactly the same thing you've just seen there. What a great line from Alonso.
The pass, wasn't it? Got him on the outside of his defender. And once he got through there, he showed plenty of pace to get through to score a second of this game. Uruguay comfortably leading Jamaica 17-5.
Salen ellos, movernos antes, vos. Capaz que estamos dejando estar un poco porque vamos arriba, pero sí, hay que seguir moviéndonos antes. Es una costumbre para nosotros, movernos antes, movernos antes.
Vieron lo que hablamos, ¿no? Tuvieron una posesión de ellos y nos clavaron. Hay que tener la bocha, no la podemos perder fácil. Hay que ser un hijo de puta para recuperar la pelota y tenerla todo el tiempo. Cuando atacamos nosotros, hacemos daño. Sí que hay que tener la bocha.
Vas a direccionar los tackles. Vas a direccionar los tackles y a Tinosa recuperar de una. Luego llegan un poco tarde. Y después lo que elegimos, control de pelota. Una fase ese desconcho. Hay que atacarlo. Hay que atacar al gordo, quitar espacio ahí. Ataquémoslo. Dale, pero cuidemos más la pelota, más control. Y nos demos pija, tenemos un penal, hagamos las cosas bien. Nos vamos al line y nos hacemos una jugada. Y cualquier jugada que hagamos, cualquiera, nos vamos a clavar. Tienen un mil post, tenés una jugada más, Chipi, tenés una jugada más. Dale, así que hay que aprovecharla. Aprovechémosla.
El tema de los penales, es lo que hablamos. No podemos demorar una hora porque nos van a dar vuelta el penal.
You want us to go in left? Okay.
Let's look at the post.
30 seconds now. 30 seconds.
On the non-pod side, I've got a feed. That first kick, just let them have a recap back. You've got to get in the air and make it better. That was my bad. No, in front of me.
We've given them 2 soft scores. 2 soft scores. Hart now. Hart.
Remember Hart,
right?
Hart and then shot through.
Hands in. Let's go. Yard on 3, yeah? 1, 2, 3, yard!
Ireland will meet Russia in 12 minutes' time, followed by Zimbabwe and the Philippines in just over 30 minutes. Hong Kong and Tonga, 2 unbeaten teams in Pool E. That will square up in just under an hour.
Black. Ready.
Again, a beautiful high kick to give the players a chance to get up, and battering it back on that occasion was McCubbin, who gets it back, and just like in the first half, an opportunity to score right from the kickoff, and it's the same man, Thomas Echeverri, scored 10 seconds in the first half, 14 in the second.
Well, it's become an absolute masterclass from the Uruguayans. Straight from that restart, bats it across, and then one pass across this, the money ball across to Echeverri. Doesn't need any excuse when he's out wide. Dixon can't get there to finish off the tackle. It's consummate runner when he's ball in hand, Echeverri. Very impressive player.
Love the way that he changed the hand so that he could fend with the right hand where the defender was coming. 22 plays 5, and that is not what Jamaica wanted. Uruguay last year made the quarterfinals where they were beaten by Japan. And as for Jamaica, when they lost to Uruguay and Ireland last year, they won against the Cook Islands, and now they've got a little bit of space here from Canton Brown. The sweeper comes at him and he loses the ball, but it's gone backwards. And now some lovely soccer skills shown there, but the ball wins the race. I think it was Ubila who got it. Now they want to get on with the ball, with play. Jamaica has got a player on the outside, eventually releases the ball, and that pass needed to go a little quicker and a little earlier.
Substitution. Number 6, Pluck.
I really feel for the Jamaicans now, just looking at this heat getting to them. The level of fitness needed to play sevens rugby is one of the highest in any sport. And having not played a huge amount and carrying a bit more weight, looking at the size of them, it's difficult for them in these later stages of the games.
Ready to go? Excellent. Time back on, please.
Nice shine. Eddie, the little halfback there, needed to release the ball a little bit earlier, and that was the problem. They gave possession away. Now Uruguay just look to slow things down. Move the ball to the playmaker in the midfield there, Echeverri. He does a kick pass that's gone straight out on the full. You've got to stay focused, don't you? You've got to concentrate for the complete 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. The ball in play for around about 8 minutes. So it's a lot of rugby to be played. Moments like this, you can get a little bit of breath back, try and recover. But you know you've got to go whistle to whistle, use these set-piece plays, and this is where Jamaica hopefully have spent a lot of time practicing it and just need to execute.
They have to reach a long way down the line out of Uruguay now. Again, ball has been lost and lost forward, and now Uruguay on the attack again. The lovely offload, the pass, and the pace is brilliant. Thomas Ubila gets his first of the match. And that might just about wrap it up.
Game won and truly won here. It's a case of how many. This is going to be a big score, still 4 minutes left to go. And the big difference from the World 7 Series, when you see the HSBC men flying around, is about the lack of errors. You don't see that many errors here. Jamaica's set-piece play didn't get the line out right, didn't get the pass right, and Uruguay, they're going to mop that up, and as a result, are now converting.
Without a win, this could mean that Jamaica's tournament is over for 2019. As for Uruguay, they'll be hoping they can progress through with a draw with Ireland, and possibly this win will see them in that top 8.
Really positive stuff for Uruguay, but just on the Jamaicans, this is a 5-year plan they're 3 years into, so a lot of development needed. They're trying to grow. They've got people like Warren Weir, who is an Olympic medalist, mixing it around in the rugby squad, so fingers crossed a few of those sprinters come across, because they're not short of them.
Stopani takes the kick off and then releases the ball, but he's isolated here. Chance for a steal, and that's exactly what they've done here. Good play from Pastore. They get the penalty, they tap and move it quickly. Numbers here for Uruguay. Stepping off the right-hand foot is a Smith-Learman. Now it's cleared. Too much traffic down that left-hand flank. They come back to the right, 2-on-1. Lovely pace and lovely offload to the captain, and Diego Ardao races around to put it underneath the horns in front of the south stand that is now absolutely full.
Jam-packed south stand, the highlight of which has actually currently got a Jamaican bobsled going around it, but they haven't had the ability to champion this Jamaican team, which everybody wants to see, but it's all about Uruguay. They've got the full court game at the moment. They're winning the breakdown, they're winning the restarts, offloading play through the middle. There's the support line. Really like Ardao and his balancing, running style. Looks good, looks strong, this Uruguayan team. Pushed Ireland close, and they're looking really, really strong for this qualifier tournament.
And the green posts indicate 2 more to the scoreline of Uruguay. They'll be wanting to score as many points as they can, because that is going to give them a better seeding for the quarterfinals a little bit later on this evening, local time here in Hong Kong. And they'll also want to make sure that Jamaica don't score any points. That's a good kick. He's found some real estate and bounced it out inside the red zone of Jamaica.
That's a class move. You kick it deep. You can see how tight the Jamaicans are. They don't want to be running 90 metres from their in goal, so expect pressure at the line out. And maybe another chance for Uruguay to score.
There is pressure. Eddie is there and gets it back, but it's been lost forward, says the referee. Oh, Sean Eddie, it wasn't too many things for him to do. They were all swarming through because the line-out was tapped back, and he may have just injured himself a little.
Time off, please.
Rob, favourite memory of Hong Kong for you?
When we played China, it used to be a 2014 format. Amazingly, I don't get to say this often, Willie, but I scored a hat-trick against China running down in front of the south stand. So for 60 metres of it, you're looking across and seeing the energy of the crowd, and it's a really special moment. Great place to play here, and obviously England having a bit of history previously. We didn't quite hit those heights, but you come here waiting for the expectation of that south stand, which is a thing to behold.
Well, they put the full house up at 10 o'clock this morning, which suggests that some of those costumes will be in the sun for quite some time. Look at that. That is a beautiful picture of this magnificent stadium, Hong Kong Stadium.
Thank you. Thanks, mate.
Did you ever score a hat-trick again in sevens?
Oh, no, don't be silly. No. That was probably about half my total. Used to just stay next to people like Dan Norton, Tom Vandell, and hope they might pass me the ball near the line somewhere.
Bye. Set.
Last minute of the second half here, Jamaica trailing by 33 points, and they're going to have to go 104 metres. Canton Brown tries to get on the outside, and now they release the speed. This is what we're waiting to see. Facey into the background, into the backfield, and he'll race away to score. Too little, too late.
Well, finally a bit of hope there for the Jamaicans. Been waiting for it to see him in open field, and it's that man we mentioned before. Mason Canton-Brown, Rugby League experience, Wakefield Wildcats are monster, London Broncos. You play league, you're going to have good skills. Hits a nice outside line. And then support play from Facey, the young man. Just 18, but he gets to score it. He gets the support from his bench.
Come on, please. Wait a minute. The time is off. Wait a minute. Before I play over there.
So one of the Uruguay players leaving the pitch, and so the referee just giving them a bit of time to get
Can we go?
to the other side. Well, he's going to try and play through it, so he's actually racing back. There's Smith-Learman, and the physio said you can't carry on, so this will be the last passage of play anyway. It's taken beautifully by Griel. The dummy, then the offload. It's gone forward, and so the referee will blow the whistle here, and that'll be full time. And this the third match for these two teams over the last 2 days. Uruguay 38 comfortably. Jamaica 12.
Time now for one of our marquee matchups on the qualifying side of things here at the 2019 HSBC Cathay Pacific Hong Kong Sevens. It's Ireland taking on Russia. I'm Sean Maloney, and alongside me for the call of this one, it is a very good morning to World Rugby Hall of Famer Gareth Rees. Reesy, who's walking away from this one with the W?
Well, Russia's been in form. Ireland had that slip up yesterday. They drew with Uruguay, even though they were very much in command of that match. There's a little bit, because of the format here, through 3 pools of 4, there's a little bit of a backstop for them. If they weren't to win this match, Ireland will most likely still stay alive as one of the best third-place teams. But that'll be something that will shake them up. But significantly, Sean, off the team sheet, John O'Donnell injured, not available for Anthony Eddy's team selection.
Well, 26 was the magic number seemingly for both these sides yesterday. Russia defeated Uruguay 26 to zip, then rolled Jamaica 26-10, while Ireland had that 26-all draw with Uruguay, and they too beat Jamaica 26-0. So bizarre run of results in many ways, and it leaves us very much up in the air in terms of how this one will go. Warm conditions here in Hong Kong. Cool through the early part of the week, but Gareth Rees, it has really gone up a notch, the mercury here on day 2.
Yeah, it has, not only in the south stand, but on the field. The pace man, Jordan Conroy, he'll be liking the heat out here. And basically right throughout this Russian side, there's pace, but Sviev is going to try and impress newly appointed coach Vasily Surevi.
Yeah. The Fijian legend leading Russia as they try and win through at the top of their pool and potentially re-enter the HSBC Sevens World Series as a core team. It's Ireland getting us off and running. They get through and get a hand on it, but it's going to fall here for Russia's Sozanov. Kutov held high there by Dardis, the Irish captain. Looking for the late switch there was Sukin. Couldn't connect with that runner, and Ireland through Conroy come round the side and drive Russia back towards their line. Good counter-rucking from Russia. There's a little knock on there though, and it'll be a Russian feed to the scrum.
Well, a scrappy contact area, but fine by the Irish. Tied up the Russians. Look at that battle there over the ball. This is pretty important. In the end, the referee said a knock on from Green.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Away come Russia from under their sticks. It's a good carry as well from Sozanov. Now room in tight as Russia bowled away, but Damien Schneider says we're going to come back. What's he caught here, the ref? Sally Serevi watches on, waiting to find out what the assistant ref on that far side has called. Anthony Eddy, boss of the Irish side.
Well, SVF's thought he was away right up that sideline, but in mid-stride, the referee, his far assistant official, had the flag out, so maybe some foul play. So 2 red it is, a penalty against Klutov for cleaning out at that breakdown above the neck area, so it'll be brought all the way back.
Neck contact.
Ireland settle into their work here. They don't kick the line. Happy to resume with a tap on the 22. Horan, 10 away now, Ireland. Looking to unleash their flyer out on the wing. Jordan Conroy, too quick. Ireland land the first 5-pointer.
Well, both of these sides are very well coached, but they do their analysis, they pick their weaknesses. It's a simple game plan. They're going to hit up in the middle, and they're quickly going to move with the flow, get the ball early into Conroy's hands. Too much ground for the Russians to cover. Well-executed set-piece move based on the weaknesses they've seen in this Russian defense. Both these sides brimming with confidence. You know, this Irish side have dominated the European Grand Prix, winning 23 of their last 24 matches. And this Russian side, many of them, about 5 of them, have been on the World Series before. But they looked really sharp yesterday. And under Serevi, they seem to have found a little bit of extra spring.
So it's a big swing in Ireland's favour after that try for Russia was called back for the neck roll, and Ireland punished them immediately. Dardis. Good weight and a good slap back but for McNulty, but Russia got in and around it and they reclaimed possession. Now they come to the left. Conroy will go back. What can he create? Conroy gets down on it, tries to get away from the Russian defence, driven back towards his line. Good tidy up work now, McNulty. Harry McNulty delays the switch. They realign well here, Ireland, but just as we say that, they get pinged for going off their feet at the breakdown.
Yeah, the arriving player looking to clean out, and really there's nothing to hit there, and it falls away at the last second. So a good chop there on Sozanov. Vastly experienced man in 7s and 15s, 49 tests for his country. I think he got really cleaned out there at the breakdown, and it will be a Russian penalty. Not sure about the kicking tactic, Shawnee, especially considering Jordan Conroy cleaned up there. It's a pretty important jersey grab by one of the Russians to pull him in.
Just wonder if Jordan Conroy had a set back towards his own line. They had that huge amount of space to work with on the left-hand side. He's that quick. Can nail you from anywhere, Jordan Conroy.
Time gone. First man on ball, play on.
Oh, it's a good turnover. Quick steal from Ireland. Now they swing it open. Conroy looking to get to the outside. Oh, it's a desperate tackle made by Efseev. Had to be made and was. And now Russia in possession. Sozanov, 4 out. Stepanov. It's a certain try coming here for Klutkov. And Russia make it 5-5, kick to come.
Well, Ireland completely exposed after the turnover. There's the ball, he can't quite get it back. He got an arm to it as he was trying to pass, and boom, they're on it. No green wall in place. And they simply run it through after one phase, through the hands. Immediate response from Russia.
Conversion is good, and it is 7-5. Kennedy goes up, slaps it back. It was outstanding yesterday, Terry Kennedy. This is Horan. Dardis. Oh, it's read well by Russia. Ireland have to go to work in defence as the clock nears half-time. Russia pounding away on this left-hand side again. Gostyuzev. It's a try scorer. Klikov. Stepanov on the switch. Read well by McNulty, and he forces the turnover.
How much work does McNulty do off the ball? He's great at the kickoffs. Really good line speed there, important to put pressure because Russia had a hint of an overlap. Couldn't gather and knocked it on. But he's been working hard. You just watch here as the ball comes out wide. If that goes through the hands and the pressure isn't there, there's trouble. As Fiaz is waiting for it.
This could get fun here with Conroy on that far side. Begins at scrum time. They head that direction. Keenan, though, now punching it up the middle. They come back right. Horan. McNulty. McNulty, who helped set up this run of possession, throws it back inside for Adam Levy. And at half-time, it'll be Ireland heading to the sheds, up by a couple.
Well, Levy gets the try. We talk about Jordan Conroy's influence. He doesn't even touch the ball in this play, but he's overmarked on the outside. So when they come back, the Russians are exposed. McNulty's away, he slows up and gives it back inside. But that's the impact. You see it sometimes with Carlin Isles or Percy Baker for the Americans, or Danny Norton. Because they have to mark his pace, they lose their own defensive shape.
So at the break, it is Ireland up over Russia. 12-7 is the score.
They won't rush, they are holding. Little bit depth so we can adjust where we want to go, okay? All is good, hey? We will win, it's okay. We don't want to lose, we want to win, okay? Can you win this one or no? Yeah. Good start. Who's kicking? 1, 2, 3, Russia!
Well, if that doesn't sum up the HSBC Sevens World Series and the challenge qualifiers here, the Fijian English being translated into Russian back to the players. You kind of get a bit of a feeling here. Serevi's had such a great history on this pitch. He's a part of this team now. As you see the upcoming games in the challenge qualifier competition. You know, Serevi, he's done great things on this field. I wonder if he'll do it in the coaching box here.
Moving once more at the Hong Kong Stadium, Russia and Ireland battling it out here to top their pool on the qualifying side of the draw. Both these teams looking for core status on the HSBC Sevens World Series. Ireland through Dardis, edge closer to the halfway. McNulty stands in the tackle. Shoots it back to the centre of the park. Passing is good for Horan. Slow and steady for McNulty. McNulty kicks out of one. Conroy's on his hip. Can't get it to the gas man, though, on that occasion. Conroy drifts across the park. Now back with McNulty.
Ball is out.
Picked up by Levy, who scored that try just before half-time, who helps it up this lead. Conroy just manages to get that one away. There's room now back towards the ruck for Ireland. Conroy. McNulty. Conroy on the outside, not required. Greg O'Shea says, I'll do it myself. And it's 17-7. Conversion to come.
Well, O'Shea even having the option to hold up and run a bit of time off the clock here. Ireland in control. Really disciplined work there. Comfortable working around the edges of the ruck, hammering away. Just one pass out. Stepping, challenging, sucking that Russian defense into the middle, and finally it went wide. And the 24-year-old from Shannon gets under the poles.
Couple of subs being made by Waisali Serebi. He's dragged three of his Russian players from the park. Sukin, Sozanov and Babayev come to the pine. And Shakarov, Grezev and Ovchinnikov into the field of play. Down by 12. McNulty coming through and getting a hand on. He has been busy. Harry McNulty.
Hi.
I tackle the call.
Hi.
How about Foster Horan? He's been working the hard yards in the 4 jersey. He actually runs a bit and is shaped a bit like his namesake. He used to proudly wear the green and gold. That's the strength of this Irish team. They got components all around. They're all dangerous. You mentioned Kennedy stepped up yesterday. Keenan's been strong.
We don't delay.
Ireland led Uruguay 26-7 yesterday before conceding a bunch of tries late. Left them all square at the end, 26-26. So they'll be across that and know that they have to really finish this off against Russia to stay unbeaten this weekend. Over the top it goes to Conroy. Geordie's got 2.
Well, again, Anthony Eddy's man playing tight and playing close. Conroy gets it on the end, but they plowed right through the middle. 3 or 4 hit-ups. Just eyeing around the edge of the fence. This was after the damage had been done. Just a floated pass. More than enough for Conroy. But they've recognized something, and I wonder if this is a matchup we may see later on, because Russia's going to go through as the second base team if this scoreline holds up. And Russia will have to rectify that ruck defense.
Roach enters the field as well. This guy has the most remarkable skill set at the restart. Watch him get the hang time on this. That one, he's going to give McNulty a chance to get through, and they've managed to knock it back, but it's fallen into Russian hands. There's Goshuzev tidying it up for his side. Glutov. O'Shea makes the tackle. Goshuzev. FC back to Goshuzev. 2 to play, down by 19. And now with a penalty, Russia.
Yeah, the Irish not allowing him a chance to present that ball.
Gostuzev's off the hip to Klutov, and piggyback penalties here for Russia. Clock keeps ticking. Shakirov. Klutov. Roach over the top, looking for the turnover. He gets a good shot on it as well, and he makes a seal. He forces the penalty.
Well, all the core work they do in the gym, Mark Roach is set up to be cleaned out by that man, Artur Solomanye, but he withheld it. Doesn't mind the kick wasn't the best, but he won the penalty for his team because he was so strong. His core was so good. Didn't get knocked over. Interesting few penalties late in the game here. We're on day 2 for these teams. This is their 3rd pool game. The qualifier quarterfinals are at 6 p.m. tonight here in Hong Kong. It's currently 10:30 a.m.
Conroy shapes to the outside. Conroy, here we go. Wannabe Conroy. The turf-burning Irishman is gone. Try number 3 for the flying Jordan Conroy.
Well, it was only a matter of time. Early ball, one-on-one. The despair in Islam Shakirov's eyes. He knew it was coming, and this was it. Full flight, full confidence, full points.
The lay-down shot from in front is good as well. 33-7.
Well, this is more than a win for the Irish to win them the pool. This is a statement. This is a statement from Anthony Eddy's men to say, hey, we're now the favorites. Who's going to come and beat us?
Germany also shaping as a side that'll be there at the business end. So too Tonga yesterday. They were outstanding. Jagging 2 from 2. This Russia's first loss on the weekend. Gostuzhev. Points differential. All Russia are working for here. That one is deep and out the back and loose. Roach goes in, chasing the turnover.
Finish now.
Rezev rumbling it back towards halfway, and now the penalty to Ireland, and that should be that.
Wait.
It's been a complete performance from the Irish, and Damien Schneider says, guys, that's a wrap. Full time in this Pool F match, and Ireland advance to the qualifying quarterfinals unbeaten across days 1 and 2. Full time, 33-7.
Zimbabwe will meet the Philippines in the final pool match for these two sides. It could be the final match for either one or two of them. Having looked at the different results, if Zimbabwe are able to get a victory here, they will qualify through to the top 8. If they lose to the Philippines, both these sides will be enjoying their Saturday afternoon in Hong Kong. They have a cheetah of Zimbabwe, their wonderful mascot, and they've been great ambassadors. They were runner-up in qualifiers in 2015. They lost the semi-final in 2016, and they won the Rugby Africa Sevens Championships in 2018, which gave them the qualifications through to Dubai and also to Cape Town. As you see, the names there, Hondutha's been in good form, and it's Chitakwando in jersey number 7. He is rapid, and he scored 13 tries in the series. There are the Philippines team. Young Coleman, Coveney. Howe's been very good for them over the first day. Alongside me, former French Sevens hard man, Jean-Baptiste Goble. And Jean, beautiful conditions here.
Yeah, beautiful condition, perfect to start the day with day two with two teams completely different. Philippine team with fresh players, great footwork and skills, and with good line breaking.
The 30-year-old Fijian, Taveta Rokovini, whose first tournament was in Wellington in 2017. We'll look after this game. And we're all set. Zimbabwe playing left to right. The Philippines in the all-white strip get first possession and immediately get straight into the contact. It does Hardwick. Don't need to panic here. Just getting the ball out to the players in space, and driven down on that occasion is Ryan Howe. The ball was there, and Zimbabwe guilty of just putting their hands in there, trying to steal it. Buwini, where's jersey 4 and 7? It's Patrice Olivier. A little bit isolated, chance here for the steal, maybe chance for the first penalty for Zimbabwe. It's gone well.
Yeah, it's gone well. Good defense from Zimbabwe. We know that. We said yesterday that they have a well-connected defense and good on the contest.
They lost to Tonga by 29 points to 12. They lost to Hong Kong by 14-7.
Let's go. Take a seat.
Did Zimbabwe. As for the Philippines, losses to Hong Kong by 17-33 and 17-36 against Tonga. But now they go on the attack here. Do the Cheetahs, the big fend, and then the acceleration. And Katzverde dropped it cold in front of the south stand. Now the Philippines a chance to counter-attack. Buwini, that pass needed to be a little bit more accurate than it was, but they've still got a chance here. A late loop in the offload from Olivier. And now the ball in the hands of Chamala. Again, the pass out to the left, one to beat. For the corner they go. And here's the first try for Zimbabwe. Tapiwa Somondo.
A brilliant catch from Chamala. You can see on this offload. He takes the ball, and after he gives a perfect ball to Somondo.
Clear the field, White.
Nice try to start this game.
Somondo made his debut in Port Elizabeth in 2012. The 25-year-old has been with the Zimbabwe team on a number of occasions here in Hong Kong. Knows his way to the try line, and no better place to score than in front of the south stand.
Now you can see brilliant catch. Perfect offload, and after Somondo finish in the corner.
The game of sevens, the side that scores kicks off, and now for the Philippines through Coleman. Donald Coleman. The step and then the ball out the back. A little bit hard, a little bit heavy, and it's gone into touch, and now play on. Here's Chitakwando. He can go the length. Opts to just stop, put the ball back in the pocket, and quickly that's batted on. It's gone forward though, and they play on here now. Here's an opportunity for the Philippines. They try and hold him up, and he gets down. Is that a try to Justin Coveney? Yes, it is. Coveney, the 33-year-old. Right place, right time.
Yeah, so confused about this pass. There is a forward pass from Zimbabwe, and Coveney takes the ball and scores with no defense. Look at this, takes the ball, and nobody wants to defend. They're confused about this pass. I think we thought that the referee whistled.
Well, Zimbabwe just threw the ball away. It was a risky pass. Conversion unsuccessful, all tied up, 5-all, 3.5 to play in this, the first half of match number 3 for these two sides. In Pool E, respected coaches, there is Frano Bodica looking on. Difficult task with a limited amount of time and resources that they have. Just about went the 10 metres. Referee says he's lost the ball forward. Did Vincent Young. 2 test caps in the 15-a-side game. The 24-year-old just losing the ball forward.
Coach. Bind. Sit. Okay, straight out of the tunnel.
Well, I'm sure Zimbabwe would have done their maths and known that if they can win this game, that they're going to possibly go through, instead of Uganda, into the top 8.
Bind. Sit.
And controlled by Mundutha, but they pick it up, the Philippines, and now good contact and great strength shown by Young to keep the ball in play. Tips it up to Perry. They pile in there, they stack the breakdown.
There was a knock on first.
And once again, an error.
Yeah, knock on from Zimbabwe players. So there is scrum for Philippines. They will try to launch a nice attack with nice combo. You can see on this the forward of Chitokundo.
Crouch.
And a nice recovery from
Fine.
Philippines.
Sit.
Berry feeds the scrum. The wobbly old pass out to Bawini. Being used at first receiver, gets an absolute rib tickler. But they pick up and go again through Young. Vincent Young, nice pass out to Coleman. Coleman for the corner. No one in front of him. The overhead pass, basketball style. Oh, that's just a coach killer. The ball is still alive, picked up by Mendoza. He gives the ball on the inside. What were they thinking, the Philippines? And now the counter-attack from Zimbabwe.
Ouch.
That will not want to be on your highlights reel. He had players to burn, and he's thrown it to the official.
Yes, naturally it will be highlight. It will be a crazy rugby, you know. Some look at, there is a potential try. Basketball pass in the goal line. Too risky pass from the ball side from Zimbabwe and also Philippines. There is too risky. We need to control more the ball.
Crazy sevens here from these two sides. As Berry breaks through, tries to get the fend out on Nud. And now they've got some players out. This occasion here is Howe. Ryan Howe to the corner. They're not going to miss a second opportunity here, the Philippines. Boy, Frano Boddicker is going to be bald by the end of this game.
Oh, what a try from Ryan Howe. Nice pass, nice accuracy from the pass from Philippines. We can see with nice pass from Patrice Olivier to Ryan Howe, and all the pace of these players going in the goal line.
Well, Zimbabwe should have scored earlier when they had the opportunity. They had so many players and the overlap was there. The simple rule of draw and pass just didn't affect, and conversion unsuccessful. We head to break the breakdown. I'm sure there'll be some strong words from both coaches. It is 2-1. Philippines leading Zimbabwe 10-5.
Let's go and put another shift. 7 minutes. Huh? Chile!
Hong Kong up next against Tonga, 2 unbeaten teams in Pool E. Both of those two sides will progress through to the quarterfinals. Being played later on this evening here in Hong Kong. Glorious conditions. The flamingos are here. And the colour, the atmosphere is something that really is special. The 43rd year of the Hong Kong Sevens. So there you can see in Pool E, Tonga and Hong Kong, both unbeaten. Zimbabwe and Philippines yet to register their first victory here in Hong Kong. And there's so much to play for Zimbabwe. Someone needs to wake them up. The high restart from Tim Berry, the 26-year-old, hasn't gone the 10 metres, and it's just those little basic fundamentals and problems.
Yeah, so we need to play more simple, no? Simple pass, simple work, keep the ball, and doing things simple. This is a high level of rugby, but you can control every condition.
Well, you've been a former French player. You kind of like to do everything, so this suits you, this sort of game, doesn't it? Very French.
No, not really.
Philippines get on the attack, look for the steal. And the referee says holding on to possession. They'll tap and go here through Hondutha. Hondutha to the line, gives a ball to Somondo, who scored the try, gives it off the deck. They got players out to the left. Chimunda throws a pass. It's been knocked down. And there'll be a double blast. And Tim Berry is going to the naughty boys chair.
Yeah, a lot of error from these players and from the team. We need to get more discipline, you know.
So one of the Philippine players in backfield is injured, and so Fijian referee has just asked for a little bit of time for the medics to get there. And so the Philippines, 2 tries to 1 Zimbabwe. And have a look at some of these stats as well. JB, a lot more passes from the Philippines. And also they've carried the ball a lot more.
Yeah, we can see this Philippine team is very is impressed from since day one. They have, like we said, very fresh players. They have very good on the footworking, no? So we can break the line easily. So they just need to be more realistic. We need to finish the action, no?
The problem, a lot of these smaller nations and a lot of these countries that get together at late notice is that they don't have time together. So those combinations don't seem to work, and so. The other part about it is because they're in this magnificent stadium, they get excited and try and do too much.
Yeah, exciting, pressure. This is very hard for your young players to come in Hong Kong and to perform. And it is very hard also with 3 days, day 1, day 2, day 3, to have consistency to the tournament.
Gilbert Nyamutsamba, and there is Frano Bodika. It's frustrating at times, but also rewarding when you can see them develop. And now the kick is kicked into touch, and so once again, just overplaying their hand. Taking the tackle would have been the better option. And the Philippines want to get on with it nice and quickly. And there's an error. Hard to believe this is their 3rd game, more like their 1st.
Really, yeah, there's too much error. No? We can see there's too much technical error from the both sides. We do some kicking game that we just need to control the ball, to keep the ball on the pitch, and just to multiply the phase. So, yeah, there is too much error from the both sides.
Well, here's hoping they can just calm things down here in the remaining 5 minutes. They've certainly got the players and the skill set. Just the effort. A little bit too much at this time, as now the Philippines look for the steal. It's going to come back on the side of Zimbabwe. They'll get the penalty, which will please them even more. Somondo taps and goes. Somondo into the contact. He's isolated. Ball comes back. Chitakwando to the line. Chitakwando's in. 13 tries here in Hong Kong. And there he is, swimming his way back to Zimbabwe.
Yeah, brilliant try from Chitakwando. With his footwork, good step, and this is a player like this who can make the difference. You can see he takes the ball, go in the traffic, 1 step, and go behind the line.
The 28-year-old, he's got older, but he's been here in 2015, 16, and 18. It's one of the better try celebrations. Green light for Zimbabwe, and they take the lead, 12-10, 4 to play. Clear the take from Coveney. Olivier gets it into the midfield. Remember, they've still got 6 players. They could be back to 7 shortly as they look to try and break through, do the Philippines on the attack. Nice ball movement here. Dawson's come on off the bench, and now to Coveney, who started it from the kickoff, getting the ball. Still with 6 players. And the ball going from one edge to the other. Howe. Ryan Howe on the outside. Sweeper comes across. Ryan Howe steps, beats him. Now it's a foot race. Howe against Hondutha. Howe gets there. Howe with pace.
A brilliant try from Ryan Howe. You can see they play simple, they go coast to coast, they keep the ball, and look at this pass, very nice pass from Philippines, and Ryan Howe just step inside and run fast to go to score the line. Yeah.
Conversion successful, 17-12. And they did it with just 6 players as well. They still had a man in the bin.
Yeah, they play simple. You can see that they try to keep the ball, to do a lot of support, good works, and after, there is some space outside.
Mandutha gets the ball, and now the advantage because he's dropped it cold. I think it's Rouse. In fact, yes, it is. Really needed to pay more attention to that. Attention to detail.
11 white off.
So Coveney will make way for Coleman to come back on. Butchered a certain try in the first half with his basketball pass. I thought that he might have not only spent the rest of the game on the bench, but he might have been given a ticket back home. Boy, oh boy. 2 to go. All in front of them now, Zimbabwe. They need to win this game if they want to progress, but it's the Philippines with possession. Olivier gets a one-handed pass out the back. They buy a little bit of time, and Dawson takes it to the line. Dawson needs support. Isolated. They get there. Olivier quickly into the hands of Berry with the wide pass. Out to Coleman. Coleman breaks through. Pops the pass up to Berry. Tim Berry tries to get away from the sweeper and the last line of defence. Now they're 7 short, the Philippines. Options left and right. Counter ruck is good from Mandutha. Now they've got numbers here. Dawson. They've got an advantage with Zimbabwe offside. They'll tap and go. Berry gives it off to Fogarty.
Back 10 first.
Don't need to panic here, the Philippines. They've got numbers, and he's dropped it forward. There's the scrum.
Back 10 first.
Well, he's going to give them another chance here. Coleman will just put it under the jumper and go straight. You watch. Double movement, possibly. What does the referee say?
Hang on. Time off. Clear up, guys.
It was always going to happen, but I think that he's double movement. This might be a penalty to Zimbabwe. We'll listen in.
Do you see clear ground minimum, or you have to check? Thank you. Clear more. Try, no try, please.
Try, no try. Well, this will show that the initial lunge was short. Was he held, though? That's the question. Here's the initial lunge at the line. Short there. He's held, so that's a tackle. He's got to release the ball. Try?
Yeah, for me, it looks like try. It's in the movement, but maybe you can see what she said to the referee, but it looked like in the movement, you know? So, probably a try. Huh?
Try awarded. The Philippines extend their lead.
Yeah, we can see very nice and better movement from Philippines in the beginning. They support the ball clearly, you know, and there is nice run from Berry, from from Olivier for Coleman. They break the defense, they break the line hard, and with offload they can keep the ball alive.
When it was played at real time, he stopped there, and he has another look at it. That's the view they didn't show, and they should have shown it at real time. When you slow it down, it looks like it's just one movement, but it wasn't. But nonetheless, the Philippines will register their first victory in Hong Kong for 2019. We're into referees time now. The next error, which has just occurred because they played the man in the air.
Yeah, it is a penalty and probably yellow card. Yeah, automatically you can't tackle in the air as a player.
Well, they're going to win the game, but they're going to have to defend with 6 players. As Zimbabwe will bow out of the tournament, and there's an error. It's gone backwards, and now they'll just kick it out here. Nothing fancy at all from Vincent Young. Kicks it into row Z. And there's the delight. That's their first victory in Hong Kong. The Philippines, in a scrappy contest, and again, Zimbabwe have beaten them 24-12.
So the final match in Pool E sees Hong Kong against Tonga for top dog status in the pool. Here they come then. The hosts, Hong Kong, against the team which has certainly impressed me most in this qualifier, from the Kingdom. Captained by Max Woodward here, the Hong Kong side, plenty of experience in the form of Mike Coverdale, Jimmy Hood and Yu Kam Shing. Centre stage, though, goes to Tonga. They claim the centre spot. Tana Fotofili is their captain. Isaiah Halo, he was on the score sheet a few times yesterday. And the brothers in arms, Lotu Inisi, and starting on the bench is Fine Inisi. Paula Duarte takes charge of this match. Both teams safely through to the quarter-final. But who will top Pool E? Will it be Tonga? Will they stay there on points difference at the moment? Or will Hong Kong rise to the occasion? Alongside me, Wyn Griffith here, is Rob Wickerman. Rob, these two teams already through, but there's a bit of an edge likely to be to this match.
There will be indeed, Wyn, and Hong Kong need to start well, get this atmosphere absolutely rocking, and it's going to become a great spectacle.
It certainly is. And here come Hong Kong in the form of Jack Neville, turning the defence inside and out, diving in at the corner. Oh, that has to be one of the quickest tries ever scored here at the Hong Kong Stadium. 15 seconds on the clock. And Jack Neville opens the scoring for Hong Kong.
And from the restart, not claimed, Tonga managed to get it back, but then the crucial turnover straight over the ball. Wonderful stuff. Getting it free. And Neville bouncing around, buying time to get himself into that corner right in front of the south stand. Probably looking at his mates having a good time in front.
In off the post. Let's have a look at this. Jack Neville, one of the elite players in Hong Kong, full-time player at the Hong Kong Institute of Sports. Been there since 2016, showing good form. So Hong Kong stunning Tonga right from the outset. Fine Inisi comes on for Tonga in place of John Tabualelu. Hong Kong have stolen the ball at the restart. And the hosts in determined fashion on the second day of the competition. Russell Webb showed up well yesterday, the number 11. And how good is it for Hong Kong to have the services once again of Jamie Hood here, captained the side last year. Yu Kam Ching giving chase, bouncing ball, a wicked ball for Tonga to contend with. As Sea Halo. So Tonga look to come away with it. The path blocked for Halo. Nice step from Otumausia. Hong Kong not committing themselves to the ruck on that occasion. Good step. Oh. Nice. Out the back door. Finding the big guy, Nukula Osika. And round the corner comes the big guy for Tonga. And they've struck back, but lovely passing there. And the replacement, Fine Inisi it is, who claims Tonga's score.
Well, Fine Inisi finished it, but take a look where it started. Lotu Inisi engages the line. And have a look at that, one hand. 8 to 10 metres. That is a monster effort, the way he held the ball. Didn't roll it, he flicked it. Different skill set, these Tongans. They're taking this tournament, they're grabbing it by the scruff of the neck and they're dragging it over the line.
This is testimony, isn't it, to the work of Coach Tevita Tuifua. He held some trials in Auckland and on the islands back end of last year. Anybody who feels inclined to wear the Sea Eagle on his breast, well, let's have a look at you. And these two guys, these two brothers, Fine Inisi and Lotu Inisi, youngsters who've shown great promise in Auckland and have decided, well, perhaps the gloss of the All Black jersey is not what it used to be. We'll play for the kingdom, especially now that there's a prospect, perhaps, if they can get on the world stage and the Olympic Games as well.
That's exactly that win. Very proud nation. You're playing for the Tongans. It's going to be a full-blooded affair, that's for sure. And they got the ball now again. Sensible play. I like the little cross skill. That was a real basketball skill set from Lotu Inisi. Let's see a few more of those.
So game tied up at 7 points all. With Tonga come again. That's Lotu Inisi to brother Fine. A hitch kick from Josh Moala Liaba. Mosia. Inisi, Lotu that is, to Isaiah Hello. Out it goes to Osika. And he won't be stopped from 10 metres out. Great stuff again from Tonga.
And it really is great stuff. It's full width rugby. So difficult with just 7 men defensively to try and stop it, but the width of their passing, these little short balls mixing it up, it means the defenders have to really react to where the runners are coming from, and it's just so difficult. That accuracy, the offloading off the floor, everything about this momentum is really swinging for the Tongans at the moment.
And the Tongan coach there applauding Tevita Tuifua, former international at the 1995 Rugby World Cup in South Africa, alongside my colleague Willie Losey on that occasion.
You keep behind the line, okay? And put them on side.
Well, you're not going to stop this guy from 10, 15 metres out, weighing in, and I had to check my stats here, 110 kilograms. Tonga lead by 12 to 7. Under 2 to go in this opening 7 minutes.
Yep. Option, boys. Knock on.
Paul John, well, he'll have some stern words to say at half-time, no doubt.
Knock on.
The coach of Hong Kong for the last 3 years, former coach of Wales.
Here's the middle, boys. Here.
You're always looking for a performance, that's the thing. It's not necessarily about the result, which sounds a bit of a strange concept to people perhaps not well versed with sport, but it's about how you play. The result at this stage, both teams do, it's about building that performance, and clearly Hong Kong at the moment are underperforming.
Using the width of the field, Yu Kam Ching looks to get away and succeeds in doing so. Up to the 10-metre line. The Tongan hand got to that one, but it's advantage Hong Kong. And the crowd has found its voice once again. This guy could do with some help, and that's Jamie Hood. Into the hands of the captain, Max Woodward. Seb Bryan, he showed up well yesterday.
Tackle!
Can play at forward or amongst the backs. A versatile player is Seb Bryan. Back in Hong Kong following the period pursuing his education in England. Will show from Jack Neville, the try scorer, Yu Kam Shing. Pressing forward, almost up to the Tongan 22. Both hands out waiting for the pass was Mike Coverdale. Could be something on here. Seb Brian is quicker than he looks. Brian cutting back inside. Makes the ball available. And over they go. Right in front of the south stand. It's a well-worked try. It's Jack Neville with a brace. Look at this footwork.
Bounce to the inside, that's where the gaps are. So quick change of direction, and then that vital support, like any good forward. Neville there manages to support, put it down. Really good effort from Hong Kong, and needed, not just because half-time's coming and that crowd's going to start rocking.
The lights turn to green, and Hong Kong have the advantage as we go in to the break. It's Hong Kong 14, Tonga 12.
We scored. We kept ball twice. We scored twice. We given the ball away twice. They scored twice. That's how important it is. Right, so we're in every phase. You follow your pass like you've never followed it before. Right, secure our ball because they will get tired. We got a fresh bench here, boys. We're going to come on and make it back. Come on, lads. Go, boys. Left box. Let's kick off. Let's hang in there. Hang in there. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, get that try. Get that try, boys.
Luke,
We gotta get that try, boys. Let's go.
RC.
Yo, voy a decir más que te voy a dar algo que no le va a llegar. Que pequen algo que para algo. ¿Ok?
So this is the last match of the qualifiers as we look ahead to the main event. Pool A match between Samoa and Japan. Samoa defeated Scotland last evening by 17-7. South Africa against Scotland. And Scotland will look to recover. And England, well, they came from behind to defeat Wales, and Spain were outclassed by the USA last night. And Wales have it all to do if they are to progress in this competition. New Zealand, well, again, they pose a serious threat to the team that's won Hong Kong here on no less than 4 consecutive occasions. Fiji looking for a 5th here at Hong Kong, and no one has achieved that in one event. So back to the here and now. A 2-point game as Tonga kick off for the second half. Didn't travel the mandatory 10 metres, so possession goes to Hong Kong.
Then a really good chance now to translate what the coach was saying at half-time to action. So Paul John calling upon his players to follow the ball. Big thing is 7s, different to 15s. Once you've passed it, you must track the ball to be the next supporting player. So let's see how they go.
Hong Kong, the Asian gold medalists, Asian Games, that is. Has to be a high tackle against the Tongan player. No time wasted as Russell Webb takes the ball right up into contact. Jamie Hood looking for the gap. He's got Michael Coverdale in support. In they go at the ruck. Webb again, called for early by Seb Brian. Replacement is Tom McQueen. Like his brother Alex, returning to the squad this year. A quick throw taken. And they've heeded the call from Paul John to have the host. Ball knocked forward in the tackle. So it's still available for Hong Kong, but this time it's going to be a full penalty against Tonga. Referee's assistant wants a word.
What I see is a lifting tackle above the horizontal. I'm very comfortable with the yellow card. Yeah, number 8.
Tipped over the horizontal.
Number 8. Above the horizontal.
Got to be very careful here, because as soon as that goes vertical, his head hits the floor first. That is a red card offence. Past the horizontal, not brought down with UK. Let's hear what Paulo Duarte has to say.
Captain and number 8. Captain. Who's the captain?
I think there were 2 Tongan players involved.
Ali will explain what happened. So he lifted the player above the horizontal, and then he landed in a very dangerous position. So I have no option to give him. No, it's a red card. Red card? Yeah.
No option.
Landing on his head.
That's a shame. Fine Inisi will take no further part in the competition. We'll wait to hear the verdict.
I'll give you a whistle.
It's all too easy to say that it wasn't deliberate, but those are the rules. You tip somebody over the horizontal, and if he lands on his head, well, there's an inevitability, isn't there, to what happens next. So Hong Kong have the advantage of the extra man for what remains of this match. What a great drive there. Huge effort from the captain, Max Woodward, and he takes Hong Kong into a commanding lead.
Well, Woodward's the one calling the troops on at half-time, and it's great little change of direction that really mixes up the Tongan defence, and because they're down a man, hard to commit to the width. They have to be cautious of both inside and outside threat. That one step in from Molo Avia meant that that was the gap for Woodward, who's just too big, too strong, too powerful.
Well, Hong Kong trained with Fiji earlier on in the week. It wasn't a full-on contact match, but Gareth Baber, former coach of Hong Kong, now coach of Fiji, said that Hong Kong looked good, but he did ask how competitive they could be and how physical they could be. Well, against Tonga, you don't get much more physical than this, do you? Max Woodward.
And he just ran through 3 would-be defenders there. That is a really big finish against normally one of the most physical and abrasive teams, the Tongans.
So Tonga missed 6 tackles, and that's reflected on the scoreboard. 4.5 minutes remaining of the second half. Hong Kong 19, Tonga 12. Hong Kong kick long into the backfield, and tracking back, that's Eddie Sunia.
Oh, wait, Tim. Wait.
Going to reiterate that Tonga is safely through to the quarter-final, but they will be without 1 player. Good run here out on the far side. The delivery into the hands of Tana Fotofili, the captain. Fotu Lokotui, replacement. Flanker in 15s in the county's Manukau. Sunia driven back.
Away now.
Lokotui looks to make space for himself, gains a valuable extra 5 meters, pinning Hong Kong back. Lotu Inisi this time.
Taking the man, number 3. Go.
So just the 1 score, converted try. Plenty of time, over 3 minutes. Tonga down to 6 men.
Turnover is good.
Driving in again. Hong Kong, though, have stolen it and bring it away through Tom McQueen up to halfway. Scragged, hauled down, hunted down there was Jamie Hood.
Release.
Another error committed by Tonga.
Go 10, please.
And this time, the turnover from Jones, wonderfully done, gets it, cops a bit of a shot for his efforts, and then chance for Hong Kong now to get down to the Tongan 22 as Hood nudges the ball down. Hood, one of the members of the Hong Kong 15s team, trying to push for that Rugby World Cup repage in Marseille. Really was entertaining. Kenya as well, who played a 7s version of 15, that was something to behold.
So Hong Kong send it into midfield. It's a good hit from Tana Fotofili, the captain.
It's a good hit, but that's a little bit of inexperience there. Tonga playing with 6 men. Any type of set-piece play should really play on the fact that they're going to have an overlap somewhere. They either overcommit or match in line-out, which means there's going to be space out wide. If they put 1 extra back out wide, you can play through the middle. And these are scenarios that teams often practice. So Hong Kong being a full-time outfit, this is where they should be capitalising. They're playing against 6 men for the remainder of this game.
Bind. Set. Steady. Space. Space.
Well, this guy's got gas. Just come on the field. Potolaka Ma'ake. The youngster, more experienced. Eddie Sunia, nice step. Didn't fool Seb Bryan though. Sunia again, almost up to the 22. A long lob pass into midfield, taken well by Lotu Inisi. Can't get away though. Frees his hands, finds Fotofili on hand. Scooped up by Lokotui. Again, it's Ma'ake.
Away now, 3.
From Northland in New Zealand. Inisi has a quick look.
Tackle!
Just about manages to get his knees to the ground. Fotofili looking to bump off the tackler. And there he goes again. Josh Moala. Now then, Tonga have the men here. Hong Kong looking to cut off the youngster, Ma'ake. Huge defensive effort from Hong Kong. Well, it's not over yet, 6 men to 0.
Well, I mentioned about the pace of Ma'ake, off he goes. Tries to bounce the tackle, not a bad option, but Hood equals that force and then gets a bit of helping hand from Morrison, his mate behind him. That's a great double hit.
Well, Mark has shown up well since he's come on, hasn't he? He's just 18 years of age.
You okay? Yeah, it's coming off.
So can Hong Kong hold out here?
You're going off. You're going off.
And Hong Kong bring on a replacement in the form of Kado Lee.
Another great sight here of how you help your teammate out. First of all, absorb the impact, but then it's the drive over the touchline that crucially gets Hong Kong the ball back now with just 17 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, that effort from Jamie Hood and Rafe Morrison. So Kado Lee's first task is to find his man in the line out. 15 seconds remaining. Both teams safely through to the quarterfinal. Well taken by Morrison at the line out. And Hong Kong will run down the clock here. Surely 6, 5, 4. We'll take it in once more. And it comes out this time. It'll go into row Z of the stand from Seb Bryan. And there it is. Hong Kong with 3 out of 3. Top the pool. But Tonga will also go through to the quarterfinal. A pulsating pool match, which has ended in Hong Kong 19, Tonga 12. So it's all about seeding from here on in. Who will play who in the qualifier quarterfinal, and for the golden ticket eventually, that will lead to one team being promoted to the full HSBC World Rugby Sevens World Series and all that comes with it. And Hong Kong, of course, well, they established the Institute of Sport here a couple of years ago, and any number of the squad here are full members of that squad. And it certainly proved its worth.